Okay, welcome back to Scandal and Folly, everybody. I am Joel, and this is Eric here.
AKA the pen guy for my UWM friends.
And this is a podcast about all the things that matter. So philosophy, religion, history, politics. What else, Eric?
That kind of stuff.
Okay, so we're going to dive right into our topic here. We're going to talk about apostasy from Christianity, or leaving the faith, or deconversion, or deconstructing faith. There's a lot of different ways that people put it. And there's actually a lot that we want to talk about with this. And today we're just going to limit it very narrowly, and then we'll jump back on this some other time. Just because there's just a lot to unpack here. So what we want to do first is look at an example of somebody that's left Christianity, kind of talk about why, and then discuss the what we think is the right perspective to view this from, right?
Right, and I think I should add that this may seem like a narrowly Christian topic, and certainly it is something that the Bible makes a big deal out of, and it's very relevant to an in-house, in-church sort of theological understanding, but I think it has a lot of apologetic value too, because as Paul suggests, when people leave the faith, it gives the enemies and the kind of hypocrisy that is oftentimes connected to it, it gives the enemies of God reason to blaspheme, which is obviously not the easiest phrase to deconstruct word by word, but I think it basically means that what you were saying earlier when we were pre-discussing this, that if I were in their place, I wouldn't want to stay in the form of Christianity he was in either.
So the reason I'm really glad you brought this up, because the reason we chose this topic is because it can help non-Christians understand Christianity better, and it can help Christians understand the gospel better.
Yes.
So we think this has a lot of relevance. A lot of people are leaving a lot of religions right now, so in favor of more of a generalized spirituality or nothing at all. And we would call that a spirituality in itself, but that's kind of getting ahead of ourselves. So
just as a brief example, the man we're about to look into to sort of tell the end from the beginning is currently a business guru. He runs a personal consulting firm for leaders in corporate America and related areas, which we will see, no doubt, as we go into this, what an absolutely nut day. Let's put this in the right order. Day to night transformation this was.
But not so much, because as we're going to see, that actually kind of fits.
Yeah, it does.
So we're gonna talk about a man named Joshua Harris, who I think people that are not Christian, people that are Christian should really be familiar with him, especially if you were alive in the 90s, because he was the leader of one of the leaders, I guess, of the so-called purity movement. He wrote a book called I Kissed Dating Goodbye, and that was very popular when I was a teen, going to youth group. A lot of the people in my youth group kind of subscribed to that philosophy. So if you're not a Christian, I think you should still be familiar with him, because his story of deconversion was pretty widely known.
It was. It was up on CNN on like page 2, and Fox probably covered it too. So it was, and in fact, interestingly enough, what really got covered was that shortly after his apostasy, he made a formal public apology to the LGBT community.
Right.
And that was what really garnered the headlines.